Grenwell.
Yeah, we do have a guest. Bryan Schulz with the Kansas State Fair is with us today. Of course, always here to announce another concert. How many days, Bryan?
109.
109.
Yes.
And countdown is on.
It's getting kind of that time of year where it's ticking too fast.
Well, the fairgrounds continue to be busy. You guys have had different things going on. I know the art fair was busy there a couple weeks ago or a week or so ago, and you guys you and I were just discussing a lot of graduation parties took place out at the fairgrounds.
I think between last weekend and this weekend, we probably had 12, 15 events going on again. So always something happening out at the Kansas State Fairgrounds.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because we're connected with you quite a bit, but a lot of people say, like, good gosh, there's always something going on at the fairgrounds, and there are.
Absolutely.
You guys always have something available and continue to have things available as well. Well, the reason we have you on this morning is for another concert announcement, so let's talk about this one. Who's coming now?
Yes, we are thrilled to welcome iconic alternate rock band The Fray coming to the Kansas State Fair on Saturday, September 13th. And the opener for that will be the Plain White Tees.
Now, that's a Chicago band, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Yep. And people will probably know the Plain White Tees by one of their major big songs, Hey There, Delilah. So I think this is going to be awesome. I know last year when we had the Goo Goo Dolls, that was very well received, and I think this kind of in that same genre. So I'm thinking this last Saturday of the Kansas State Fair is going to be huge.
So the Fray is coming to take the stage at that Next Tech Grandstand event. Again, like you just said, September 13th. Plain White Tees open it up. When do tickets go on sale?
They will go on pre-sale this coming Thursday. So again, if you are on our mailing list or email list, you will be able to get your chances of getting your tickets early, and then they will go on sale to the general public on Friday morning.
And it's really easy to get registered. Just go to kansasstatefair.com and be able to register for tickets. Then you'll get those emails. You'll have a little code to go with, and
Absolutely.
You can get your tickets earlier.
Yep. And talking about tickets, we've got several different levels of tickets. We have our reserve seating in the Next Tech Grandstand, $35 and $45. We have the Kansas Star Casino's track party pit, which is a standing area right in front of the stage. Those are $75. And then we have the Kansas Star Casino's VIP deck, standing room only, and that includes 2 beverages and some complimentary appetizers. Those seats are $100. And then we do the Kansas Star Casino's VIP deck, which is a table of 6. Everyone gets 2 drink passes and some complimentary appetizers, and those tables are $800.
And also, if you wish to purchase tickets in person, your ticket office is always open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30 p.m., right on the fairgrounds. So like
Absolutely.
We said, go to kansasstatefair.com. And you can also call 669-3618. So numerous different ways of getting your tickets. What I want to also, and I know you always like to encourage, don't go through a third party.
Absolutely. That is probably one of the biggest things we want to push to people is buy your tickets through the Kansas State Fair's website, which links you up to eTix. eTix is our official provider of tickets for everything on the Kansas State Fairgrounds. So if you go out and you buy it from another third party, you're probably going to be paying a lot more, and there is no guarantee that you're going to get your tickets. So please come out and purchase them through the Kansas State Fair.
People that don't go to concerts a lot might hear some of these ticket prices and go, wow, that's expensive. But really anymore, it's in line. Plus you get your gate ticket
Absolutely.
Included with that.
Yep. And that's when we set our prices, we look at what is selling around the area, what these tickets have gone for. So, yeah, we do a lot of research before we announce ticket prices.
I know I'm always receiving emails, and sometimes I'll click to see what tickets are available, and some are quite high, and some other. And whenever you go through a third party, some are extremely high because they make their cut too. So
absolutely.
It's better to go through you guys.
Yep.
And make sure you're getting your seats.
Absolutely. And sometimes if you go through a third party, they can be 2, 3, 4 times more than what you would be paying through going our eTix site.
Back to the Fray as well as Plain White Tees. How did you find out about these two groups?
Lamont Gallion, who's our entertainment coordinator, is very tied into the entertainment world and started looking into these guys, and it was a really a good mix because of that was a genre last year that was a big hit. We wanted to continue again this year.
Well, the Fray is also known for the series Grey's Anatomy. They did some of the theme music to that, as well as they've earned 4 different Grammy Award nominations, 3 Billboard Music Awards, and critical acclaim from the Rolling Stone magazine. So this is a well-known band, the Fray, as well as, like we talked about, Plain White Tees. We're going to take a little break right now, come back and talk more with Bryan about what's been going on at the Kansas State Fair and some other information. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, chatting with Bryan Schulz with the Kansas State Fair. 109 days till the fair comes. We just announced the Fray will take the stage along with the Plain White Tees on September 13th at 7:30. That's a Saturday. Rob, when we open up the phone lines, we'll take the second caller if you want to win a couple tickets to the Kansas State Fair to the Fray on that September 13th. 669-8888 is the phone number, second caller, and you'll have tickets to that concert. So you wanted to talk about the SEC. There was a ruling or statement that took place.
There was, absolutely. You know, a lot of people, when they're buying their tickets, they all of a sudden see all these extra fees that are put on there. So the FCC put out, as of May 12th, there is a new law called the No Junk Law, or No Junk Rule. And basically what it is you cannot hide ticket price or fees from when people are buying their tickets. So what we have done now is when you are going out to buy your tickets, you will see all the fees that are attached to it. So if it's a tax fee or whatever it is, you'll see those up front, and then you can decide whether or not you want to purchase those tickets, where before you were able to hide all these fees, and then when you're going to check out, you might have $20, $30, $40 in fees with some of the other ticketing companies. So we try being very upfront with people, and that's something we'll be doing on all of our ticket packages that will be coming out.
Well, it's just being straight up with people.
Absolutely.
Like you said. You know, that happens a lot. I've seen that happen quite a bit, to where your tickets are $45, you order a couple, you think it's going to be $90. You understand there's a little tax on top, but all of a sudden there's a service fee for this, a service fee for that, and like you said, and instead of $90 or $95 with taxes, you're paying $115.
Well, and some of them, they're $25 a ticket, in addition for fees and everything else like that. So you could be closer to $150 to $175 on those tickets. So, just watch out when you're buying tickets. And like I said, we want to be as forthright as possible, letting people know, what they're paying for, and trying to keep those all those fees to a minimum.
Well, we're waiting to come in. We were talking about you're pretty pleased with how ticket sales have been so far for this 2025 fair season.
Absolutely. You know, we have we look at it on a daily basis, as you can about imagine, but we also have our ticketing manager, Margot, looks at that, and she lets us know where we're sitting overall. And I think when you look at a full price of what it's going to cost us to bring in all of our entertainment, I think we're at like 84% paid already for everything. So we're very happy with how ticket sales have been going, and just we're hoping that they continue. Once we haven't even really started advertising yet, so it's Facebook and those kinds of things.
Yeah. By the way, we do have a winner, so those phone calls can stop right now. We'll get they'll be getting that our winner emailed out, because we work off the email system, and you'll be sending those out to let them know how to get their tickets or when to get their tickets. Absolutely. So that's exciting. So 109 days away. Again, a couple more slots left to fill in. You guys are actively waiting on that and working on that. So
that'll be our Monday and Tuesday nights. We're not 100% sure what we're going to do on Tuesday, if we're going to do anything yet. We might just go dark. But we've got a couple things in the background that maybe we can make happen.
Bryan, is that a case where there's maybe a group that's coming through that first told you no, then maybe their routing changed a little bit and can get back with you and say, hey, we maybe can make it work? Yeah,
that is one of the things that we have been working on. The other thing is you start looking at the amount of sales you have on that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we don't want to just put a concert out there just to have a concert as well. I mean, and you only have a small amount of people. So we look at different things, and we also know that when you said the routing, that's an important part.
Yeah, it's a very, very important part. And of course, there's other state fairs going on. Oklahoma's usually after ours, and Texas after that. So
and Nebraska's right in front of us. So
in front of us as well. So of course, you've traveled to other fairs. You could still continue to do that. I know that used to be. You've talked before with me that you went to Iowa and different ones.
Yeah, last year we went to Iowa and Nebraska. This year, right after fair, I'm part of a safety and security team through the International Association of Fairs and Expositions, and we're going out to Massachusetts to the Big E, which is one of the biggest fairs on the East Coast, and we're going to do a safety and security walkthrough with them and briefing, so we'll be able to see that. And we've got a couple other fairs that we'll go to yet this summer as well.
Are most of these groups handled by the same agent, or you'd have to deal with totally different agents just throughout?
There are tons of different agencies.
Tons of different agents.
Yep. And each agency is probably going to have different managers that they work with. So, we work with a company out of Nashville called Romeo Entertainment Group, or REG, and they're the ones that we kind of give them our ideas of who we want, and they tell us who's traveling, and then they do the legwork to get our contracts and everything taken care of.
Awesome. And sometimes that is handled quite easily, and sometimes you wait around.
You wait and
do
wait
you
and
also
wait.
set up maybe a backup just in case somebody has to cancel? We've had that happen before,
Yeah.
illness or whatever.
We've done that. You have to be careful because once you show that you're going to commit, it's tough to get back out of those contracts. So what we'll do is we'll probably see who else is traveling within that area or who's open, and just see if they would be available and wanting to come to the Kansas State Fair.
About a minute and a half left. Again, we're announcing it today, and they'll go on sale at 10 a.m. Today, then actually on Thursday,
Yep.
And with the fray tickets as well as the plain white tees will open for them. And again, if you want to get an email to get the early code to be able to get really, really good seats, just go ahead and register to kansasstatefair.com, and you can easily be able to do that. Your ticket options are several different ones with the track party pit, as well as also the VIP with standing brought to you by Kansas Star Casino, and also, of course, the regular tickets as well that go along with that, and of course the VIP deck, which is reserved tables. Those are all really good ways to be able to see a really, really good show. So again, a couple more dates coming up before too long. We'll see you in a couple weeks as well.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate all that you do for the fair, and again, 109 days. Get ready. It's going to be amazing.
Exactly. I'll keep asking you every time. Okay.
There we go.
Thanks for stopping
all right,
by,
have
Bryan.
a great day, you guys.
You bet. Bryan Schulz with the Kansas State Fair. News time coming up, bottom half of the hour on KWBW. We'll be right back.